Pristine. What is pristine? The dictionary defines it as the original state. We'd like for our oceans to be pristine, but how can we ever know their original state? Or what existed 500 years ago before major human impacts? Or even 100 years ago? This is the problem of shifting baselines. Because each generation defines nature in terms of personal experience, we lose track of what is natural from one generation to the next. Palmyra Atoll is a little speck of wilderness in the middle of the Pacific Ocean that might fit the description of pristine. Dr. Jeremy Jackson visited it.
I visited Palmyra Atoll recently. It was like taking a trip back in time. Isolation and protection from fishing have allowed a wealth of marine life to survive on the reefs. It made me think how Caribbean coral reefs must have been several hundred years ago. I was stunned by the size of schooling parrotfish and dazzled by the diversity of corals. You could almost call it pristine, and yet,
we have removed so much from the sea. Turtles in the Caribbean are less than 10% of their original numbers. Abalone used to cover tide pools in California, and swordfish used to be huge, but today such size is just a distant memory. The oceans are no longer the same. You can find coral reefs that appear nice, but not as they used to be. The same is true for kelp beds. The large fish are gone. And where did they go? The future truly teeters in the balance right now. Current projections say that North Atlantic fisheries will disappear completely before today's 5-year-olds learn to drive. The fish are severely outgunned. The fishing fleets of the world are armed with the latest technology to collect all the remaining fish in the sea. Where is it all headed? When the creatures we eat are gone, what will be left? Strip the land of everything usable and what remains? The things nobody wants, rats and roaches. Who will be the rats and roaches of the sea? Probably jellyfish and bacteria. So what exactly is shifting baselines? Today, salmon in the Columbia River are twice as abundant as they were in the 1930s, which sounds great, if that's your baseline. But the fact is, in the 30s, the salmon were only 10% of what they were in the 1800s. The 30s is the shifted baseline. So what is the solution to shifting baselines? Marine protected areas are one major answer. MPAs are parts of the coastal seas that are set aside for no exploitation. In the same way that a farmer needs to allow portions of land to lay fallow, we need to give parts of the sea a break before overfishing takes a permanent toll. But please be clear on the message we're sending. Fishermen have traditionally represented some of the finest elements of the American character. No one is against the industry and recreation of fishing, but overfishing has now taken a major toll. It's time for all consumers of fish to realize this. It's not too late to repair the damage to the seas, but there are not going to be any quick fixes. We need you to care, to learn, tell a friend, join the groups in the Shifting Baselines project. Do all you can to help them and have patience, because the future of our oceans hangs in the balance.